Okay, so I'm making teepee tent for my daughter. So we are going to put some pillows, some nice mattress, or like like a padding sheet like this, and that way we can then sit and read. I can read books to her. That way, when she grows up, she gets used to sitting here and reading books. We have already made like a whole bookshelf, so we want her to start reading a lot of books, and we want to basically read books to her, and later on when she grows up, she will read more books. So it comes with these 8 poles. These poles are the thing that you would put at the bottom of the leg, so that if you are putting it on the floor, it does not put scratches on your floor. These are the 4 connectors which will convert these 8 rods into 4 large rods. And then this is the thread. And obviously this is the teepee tent cover, right? Which will actually make the tent. So first things first, you see all the ones with the hole are going to be on the top. So please make sure that you do not connect 2 with the holes, right? So all the 4 ones with the hole should be separate. They are the top part of the 4, bigger rods that you are going to create. Now next, all you need to do is put this white thing on top of the ones with the circles, right? With the holes. Just press it a bit. It should be very easy. 2, 3, and 4. Now, see, by doing this, I am making sure that I do not make a mistake, right? So now, these 2 cannot go in each other, just because, I have put these things. So this way, you make sure you never make a mistake, when making this thing. Now just connect the bottom parts of the rods here like this. Here like this, and like this. And like 4th one. So you can see how fast it was. Okay, now this thing, as I said, will go on the bottom part of the rods. So put them right now only. That way it's very easy for you. That way when you make the teepee large, they do not scratch. Lucky for me, I have carpet in here, but obviously I don't have carpet on this side. So this will make sure that when I put 2 rods over there, they do not hurt my floor or anything. On the carpet it's fine though. So you can see I have now made the 4 rods. Now let me move this box. Okay, now I'm going to obviously pull this teepee up. I'm also keeping this thread on the side for now. Now note, right, like it's very simple, right? Lucky, like this tree design. So technically it's very, very simple to understand which part will be up and which part will be down. But even if you have different design, just note that the part which is like longer is on the bottom, obviously, because the tent is like a teepee tent. So it's not too difficult for you, to figure this part out. And it's obviously also very, very easy to understand which way it is. Now all you need to do is, you can see there are these holes for the rods. Now note, be careful, right? You do not put it the wrong way, otherwise you need to put a lot of effort to put everything back, right? So you can see the part which is at the bottom, I have this thing. So this part is going to the bottom, right? So basically I am putting the top part in this hole here. There are 4 holes in this teepee tent, right? For the 4 rods. And okay. Okay, you do need to pull a bit, but otherwise it needs to be simple. So I think initially there was some resistance, but once you put this part, I think you are good. You obviously want the top part out, and just enough so that there is a hole here, right? Now obviously you can later on adjust this thing, but for now, as long as the hole is out, I'm okay with this. I don't want to put too much effort right now. I will adjust it later. Now the same things, right? This is number 2. Same thing, right? I'm going to turn the rod around first so that the holes go on the top part. So in this hole I put this thing in here like this. I'm just going to put the 4 rods in here, and then I'm going to show you in the 4 hole panels that they have made. so that you to put these rods in. It's much easier to do it when it's on the ground too. So you can see how easy it goes. Just be careful here because my daughter is sitting there. So no, you can't play with it right now. You will get to play with it later. Now you see the hole came out, so I'm done with the second. Now I'll do the other two. Okay, so basically I put all the 4 rods and I know I have done everything correctly because you can see these things are at the bottom. That way there is no mistake. Now just make it stand up, right? Which should be fairly simple if you think about it. Just make sure all the rods are in different positions, right? One rod is here, other rod is this way, and crisscrossed. Right, and you can see the teepee tent is getting ready. Okay, this is the front of the teepee tent. So I'm just making it like this. But yeah. Anyway, and you can see they are all crisscrossed. Now all I need to do is tie them. Right? And if you note something, there are these 2 things that they have given here. So you want to make sure when you tie it, these things go inside this thing. So in short, right? First things first, right? I'm going to... Okay, so I had to put this back on the ground because I noticed some of these were really high and some of the rods were low. So what I basically have done right now is that I have put it on the ground and now I'm moving this thing such that it's much easier for me to push it down. So you can see, so what that means is the holes, right, should just come out and there should be a lot of part on the outside, on the bottom. So basically, you can see let me pick it up now and you can see the edges holes here. So the edges almost reach the hole. You want it in something like this way. Okay, and now let's start. Let's make sure the front part is on the front, obviously. The bottom part is in the bottom and let's arrange it. Okay, so what happened was one of the rods came out. So I had to, redo one of the things. But eventually I was able to get all of this top part. Now, they are not exactly here at the top, but that is fine. Now there are these 2 loops inside on the top of the tent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in one loop, take it out from the other side of the pole, put it in the other loop, right? Take it out from the other side of the pole, right? And then I'm going to do once again, put it in the previous loop that I had, and then put it in the third loop. I'm just basically making them interconnected so that they are really bound together. So you can see, just pull it here, I'm going to pull it here, and then I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to put it in the last one. That way all of these are kind of tied and interconnected. Okay, if it helps you, just make this part a little bit longer. Pull this here a bit. Once again, pull it here. Pull it here. And then pull it out here. Right? Now what basically ended up happening is that all of these rods are kind of connected. So they won't, go up or down. They will basically adjust with each other. And now you can basically pull them. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to the top. I'm going to bring this one to the top as well. Right? All of this to the top. Same thing here. This one as well will go to the top. And now I'm going to pull the threads, right, to make it tight. At least this part is tight. Now once again, now you see this rod goes here. So I'm going to move this rod a bit down. right? So now the rod is down. I'm making sure that this thing does not come out of it. And I'm going to use, since I basically made it closer, right? I can pull the thread a bit. And I'm going to continue to do that. Now the same thing here. I'm going to send this one a bit down. This one a bit down. And now I'm going to pull the thread. Okay? Now basically what I've done is, now you can see this one is a little bit down. So once again this became loose, so I'm going to pull it. Right? And now finally this one. And now all of them are kind of, really bound with one another. And now just tie these loops. Just loop it around here like this. You see I can make 2 loops here, and most of them are at the same height now, which is nice. And yep. I'm tying this knot here and this knot here. In short, basically what I did was I kind of made all the holes come to almost the same size. And now my teepee tent is ready. And since it's tied using this rod, okay, in short, right, it doesn't have to be exact, but make sure all these things are at the top, which was the most difficult part for me. And once you have done that, your teepee mat is ready. There are a few things to note though. If you look at this thing here, there are these threads and there is this thread inside. So you can basically fold this thing like here and then use this thing to tie it. That way you can keep your teepee tent open, right? If you want to, when you're with your daughter. Or let's say when you're playing with her inside, you can close it or let her close. Inside when she's reading a book, let her, she also feels like she's having a private time. And it's very easy. Same here as well. You can see you can keep the doors open. Now, one more thing to note is if you look here, there's also a window. So you can do the same thing, right? You can keep a window open. That way, she does not scared if she's young. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm just tying this thing around, and these are really nice threads. So you just tie it. You don't need to tie 2 knots, just 1 knot, and basically it stays that way. So that way she has like a nice window. Now what I'm going to do is I have this jungle mat with animals, which is perfect for this teepee tent. And it's Adam and Annie's jungle playmat, which is perfect for this case. So I'm going to put this thing in the teepee tent along with 2 or 3 pillows. So there is like a nice comfortable place, and it's like a very inviting place. Okay, so you can see I have the whole thing ready. Now I will take some books and start reading it with my daughter. This is a cow. She lives in a barn with her spotted cow. The cow likes to eat grass. Can you moo like a cow? Pat the cow's back to hear her. Yes, cow moos. See how the cow feels. Okay. Yeah. This is a rooster. He wakes up the farm each day with a loud crow. Touch the rooster. What does rooster do? Yes, rooster does cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay, let's go to the next animal. Okay, so now we are going to basically read books to her here every day. That way she knows like, hey, this is a nice place for me to read books in private time. That way when she grows up, this becomes a normal thing for her. And that way she learns faster, she understands things faster. Okay, thank you.